Good morning, YouTube. It's Jarrett, and right now it is 9:18 where I am, so that means that it is definitely work time. It's morning time, so, but we are going to do a PSA, and we're going to do a PSA for this right here. This is the best in the world, Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. It is pumpkin and white chocolate with whipped cream, and it has caramel in it. Now, I don't know how many calories this has in it, and this is speaking solely about the My Story weight loss. Sorry, probably shouldn't have this on, but it's so good. Me and my roommate are hooked. We are hooked on it. Like, Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee is the best. Another PSA really quickly. Just, you know, everything on this is going to tie into each other. So we're going to do a PSA real quick about the Kappa who got married to his husband. Congratulations. Believe it was a great thing. I'm so glad that you found somebody who's happy, that you're happy with, and you guys can be happy together, period. Does not matter what anybody else thinks. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. Doesn't matter what anybody tries to do to you. At the end of the day, if you know that you've gotten up every day and taken care of your business and your responsibilities, and you have a solid belief system and a foundation in which you operate on a daily basis, then there's nothing that anybody can take away from you. The only thing that people can do is try to make you feel some type of way because you've not exercised your life in the fashion that they wish that you should have. But at the end of the day, you see all of those in-betweens, and they wish you should have, and the way that they think. You can't follow by that. If we did that, then we wouldn't be Americans, and none of us would be where we are right now. So, PSA to the people who are still talking about this, who are so outlandishly just blatantly and outlandishly attacking these two people because they chose to get married, regardless of whether it was outside, inside, summer, spring, winter, fall, whatever, just because of the fact that they were a part of this house, at least one of them, and because there are certain protocols inside of the house and there's a certain reputation that the house holds, this shouldn't have happened, blah, 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 whatever. It does not matter. At the end of the day, these two men get up every day and go to work and make sure that they do whatever it is that they need to do to take care of their lives. So the house is important, and I'm sure you pay tribute and homage to the house, and that's great. To the fraternity, I'll start calling it. We call it a house in our lifestyle, but to the fraternity. But at the end of the day, that doesn't have anything, that's not giving you, that is not your career. That's not your everyday. You know, that's not what it is that's putting food in you and your husband's mouth or you and your children's mouths. That is, it's a recreational activity. They may have even helped you pay for college, but are you going to do what Sally Mae tells you to do as far as finding somebody to marry, or are you going to do what you want to do? Because Sally Mae also helps you pay for school, so I'm just saying. At the end of the day, I heard a comment that stated that the Kappa fraternity was based on masculine men and men who exuded masculinity. So you're saying the gay people aren't masculine? Because I know a few women who would disagree with you, and that's on the DL tip. I may not be the most masculine person in the world, but I'm also not going to let anybody tell me what it is that I can or can't do. Love is so hard to find. When you finally do, who is somebody else to point the finger and say, that's not wrong, you should have been in love with this person? The Bible, you say? Also the same Bible that everybody decided that slavery was okay because there was the story of the man with 3 sons. That's supposed to be okay too, right? So it was abolished for no reason. Okay. We're $16 trillion in debt right now. Gas is over $4 a gallon. Milk is about $5 a gallon. And there are plagues and diseases breaking out all over the country like you wouldn't believe. So screw the zombie apocalypse. Stop talking about the Bible in the connotation of when it fits directly for what it is that you're talking about, and start talking about it a little bit more frequently and more generally. Help a person. Lead the lost sheep back to the flock. You're supposed to be doing God's work. Even if a person doesn't believe the way that you feel as though they should believe, or they don't believe the way that the Bible, quote unquote, states that they're supposed to believe, before we chastise and judge, before we condemn, we're supposed to help. And in this situation, in this story, in heterosexual, homosexual marriages, we've been condemning more than we've been helping in the first place. If that was the case, heterosexually, Britney Spears shouldn't have got married and divorced within less than 2 days. Come on, you guys. This happens all the time, but because it's two men, there's a problem with it. You can't do that. There can't be a double standard on it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. But at the end of the day, people can't afford to feed their families right now. We're getting ready to have the presidential debate tonight, and they're going to be speaking about health care. They're not going to be speaking about gay marriage, because at the end of it all, if you can't afford to make sure that your kids have a decent lunch, do you really care about John and Henry who just got married? Don't think so. So you might want to let it go.